Hello, Panda Pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking The Last Resort, Season 2, Episode 14. So, sit your little booties down, and let's get started. It's a new day, and we have got some hotties taking a dip, and some hunks getting their flirt on.
Is your cappuccino pretty good?
Yeah.
Because I didn't eat my Wheaties this morning.
Okay.
You know.
Sophie and Rob are finally hanging out together after finishing up a therapy session with an actual therapist. Sophie is like, he's being such a salty little biatch because I found out that he was cheating on me. So yeah, I went ahead and exposed his dusty ass in front of the entire class.
And I said, Rob isn't really taking this experience seriously. And then he got very angry at me for saying my truth. Since then, we haven't really spoken.
Rob is like, all she found was someone saying hi to me and me saying hi back. Last time I checked, that is not considered cheating.
If somebody DMs me and I respond, that does not mean I'm talking to other women. And that's what you found.
And then Sophie is like, oh my gosh, I never said that you cheated on me, okay? And Rob is like, yes you did.
I'm not saying you're cheating.
No, you are, because that shows how you made it sound.
It's not cheating.
Heidi is like, damn, these guys have no idea how to function like actual adults.
They're leaning on each other, but they're not holding each other up.
I really like that. They are leaning on each other, but not supporting each other. And that also explains why we keep hearing the same argument over and over again from them. Heidi goes ahead and gives them some tough love, and she's like, okay, you guys have to make a choice. Accept what happened and move forward, or don't and move on.
Neither one of them know how to navigate through all the trauma that they felt. They're getting caught up in the tit for tat versus the real problem.
Sophie is like, Robert, I love you, but all you do is make me feel absolutely shitty, which is why I stopped giving a damn about our marriage. And Rob is like, Sophie, I love you too, girl.
That's why I'm here, because I would like to try one last time.
Can you receive that?
Yeah. Sophie, I love you too.
No apology, not surprising. No rebuttal, very surprising. The two head out to do their best to fake it until they either make it or break it.
Yeah. I told you.
After meeting with Rob and Sophie, she meets up with Stacy, Darcy, and Florian. Heidi is definitely making her entire paycheck this season in this one episode. Heidi is like, hey girl, why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself? And what do you think Darcy said? You know what? Don't think so hard. I'll tell you. She's like, hey, I'm Darcy, and I'm 7 minutes older than her.
Actually, I'm really happy to be here. I'm 7 minutes older, and I feel like I'm almost like the protector.
Her obsession with being 7 minutes older is so bizarre to me. Also, protector feels kind of like a stretch. Darcy tells Heidi that she thinks her twin bond with Stacy is what is causing a lot of the conflict in their relationship.
Everything Stacey and I have done over the years has been in tandem. You know, we got married around the same time, divorced on the same day. You know, our kids were born around the same time.
Stacy does agree, and she says that they really need to figure out a way to stay connected to each other, but not be so integrated into each other's lives.
She's very needy, you know, calling Florian in the middle of the night. And he's always been there. And yeah, it's nice, but not 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Darcy is like, I do not call him all of the time, okay? And Stacy is like, Darcy is being disrespectful, and Darcy tells her she is overreacting.
You talk about me to him all the time.
What are you talking about?
Like when she said, you're better off single.
Heidi is like, oh, okay, there is a lot to unpack here. And then she asks Florian to define his relationship with Darcy, and he says she is like a sister to him.
I look like it's my sister, you know.
You don't see it in like a sexual way.
What are you talking about? That's disgusting.
Florian and Darcy kind of gang up on Stacy, saying, why are you saying that? That is disgusting, okay? You are being so disrespectful to Darcy. And Heidi is like, no, she is asking a very legitimate question.
What do you hear her saying?
I think she doesn't want to be around me. She wants her own life, separate life.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with Darcy and Florian being besties, but if Stacy is asking her to be more mindful of her marriage and not shit talk her to her husband or call him up at 3 in the morning just for funsies, I really don't understand why Darcy is pushing back on that so hard.
What is it that you need from Darcy?
Respect my relationship, have some boundaries.
That's not a problem for you?
Not at all. I've got my own life to live.
Okay.
And I'm super glad that Darcy is being so agreeable, but she definitely has problems with Stacey setting boundaries, and definitely only said yes because Heidi is there.
I don't know if we're gonna be better after this session. I think Stacey's boundary that she set for me, I think that's a crock, to be honest with you.
Heidi reminds them that they are sisters, not enemies, and she suggests that they do things separately once in a while so that they can know what it feels like to miss each other and not always hate each other.
She wants me out of her life. What am I gonna do? They're gonna miss me though.
Okay, so clearly Darcy thinks that Stacey setting any kind of boundaries is the same as her cutting her out of her life, which that is the farthest thing from true. Everyone heads out for a night on the town to shake off the stress of having to talk about their feelings. Side note, Josh is wearing these yellow-tinted glasses, and I am sorry, but they just make him look extra douchey. Like, I know that these glasses have some kind of functionality, but I feel like Josh is wearing them strictly for aesthetic purposes to look cool, and I kinda hate him for that. Anyway, Josh tells us that he had a one-on-one session with James earlier today because he still hates Natalie, and that recommitment ceremony is approaching fast as hell. Josh says Natalie is sweet and caring and he genuinely loves her, which is why he constantly keeps thinking, am I really ready to let this amazing woman go?
If she were to tell me she was walking away,
would you be able to let her go?
I don't know.
So Josh has been doing a very hard think all day long, and he's finally decided that he actually wants to try to be a decent-ish partner to Natalie. So after ignoring her this entire trip, calling her crazy and not normal, he suddenly decides to play the perfect gentleman just to prove to her that he can treat her right, but chooses not to.
Well, we have the most beautiful girls in this van. You want me to take you tonight?
I also want to make it clear, just because I say person A sucks does not mean that I am saying person B is amazing, okay? For example, Josh is an asshole, right? That does not mean that I think Natalie is an angel. She is also an asshole. Josh just happens to be exhibiting asshole behavior in this current moment. Brandon is staying in tonight because he wants to be alone with his feelings after his terrible family therapy session. Julia tells the girlies, I will tell you all about it after I'm drunk. Jasmine is not riding in the van with Gino, and Gino thinks this is a little weird because she's been oddly very nice the past few days.
And if we can continue, if we can get along like we had the last couple of days, I think we could turn our whole relationship around.
Yeah, she's just being nice to you to lube you up to the idea of her banging another guy. A guy that she has already picked and prepped. We also get the pleasure of learning that Jasmine forgot to wear underwear.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put a panty before I leave. I never did. So you saw my frog.
At the bar, Julia downs a mojito and she tells everybody that she secretly applied for visas for her parents, and when she told Brandon, he took the news incredibly hard.
He lose his. He said you lied to me.
Why?
But why
like arguing, like bad?
So bad, so bad.
Julia explains that Brandon opposed bringing her parents to the US because he doesn't really have a relationship with them because he doesn't speak their language, and they would have to move in with them for the foreseeable future. Rob is like, I'm sure he also feels that having your parents living with you guys is going to negatively affect your marriage.
I think Brandon is aware that it is going to suck in that house. I'm sure he's concerned that might affect you guys in a negative way.
And Julia knows it's going to be difficult for both of them, but she still wants her parents here.
I don't have my support. I'm immigrant here. I have only Brandon, his parents, and my dogs. My parents, and not see them for 3 years.
I get where both of them are coming from, but if I were Julia, I think I would have done the same thing. I would hope that I marry a partner who would support me despite the difficulties it would bring, but if I didn't, yeah, I would bring my parents over on my own.
I wish Brandon will be more supportive like other couples tonight, but I hope he will become around eventually.
Darcy arrives and she pulls Stacey away for a little chit-chat because she heard that Florian has been all up in other people's punani's. She's like, hey girlie, I love you and I will always be here for you, so I'ma hold your hand when I tell you this. Your husband is cheating on you.
I just want you to know, a couple weeks ago, me, Florian, and George were out one night. We saw Florian walk away with 2 blondes.
This happened a few weeks ago. And you're telling her this now? Darcy says that she didn't say anything because she was giving Florian the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just stepping out with two gorgeous blonde chicks to smoke a cigarette and ask them how they spell their names.
I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, thinking maybe he's just like, that's weird, Darcy. Someone else, like his family, or smoking a cigarette, but...
So apparently, Georgie called Darcy tonight to tell her that he went to that same bar recently and ran into one of the two girls who had a very special message she wanted him to relay back to Florian.
Jane walked right up and said, "Tell Florian, thank you for taking me home." What? Yes.
I'm sorry, but Darcy should have either followed Florian to make sure he was not up to some sus shit, or she should have confronted him to be like, yo, I know we're besties, but do not do my sister dirty like that. Or she should have told Stacy what she saw.
It's makeup on the shirt, him walking girls home late at night, flirting when he goes out. How can I move forward when the clues are looking like he's cheating?
Darcy gives Stacy a huge hug and she reassures her that she's got her back. And when Stacy is like, this is the last straw, I knew something smelled smelly, Darcy is like, I know. I guess once a cheater, always a cheater.
Okay, angry now. Stop. Breathe, okay? I got you.
Girl. I feel like Darcy is sabotaging Stacy's marriage so that Stacy continues to need her. Cause she clearly did not care enough about Florian possibly cheating on her a few weeks ago, but now she's bringing it up when Stacy set firm boundaries? Like, that's weird. Stacy pulls Florian away to confront him, and she loses the very last marble that was rolling around in her head.
I'm gonna stop and smell the roses. It reminds me of our wedding. Smile when I talk about us. You don't look happy anymore.
Florian is like, girl, why are you acting so weird? And Stacy is like, what are you talking about? I am not acting weird, okay? I'm totally normal.
Your vibe has been off for a long time.
No.
You okay? You got
No.
something you want to tell me? There's something you want to tell me, but you're not telling me.
Stacy then tells him everything Darcy told her, and Florian's eyes are shifty as fuck.
Darcy saw you leave the club with two hot blonde chicks. And you know what she told Georgie?
Huh.
Tell Florian, thank you for taking me home that night.
And I don't think that this is proof that he cheated on her, but I do think that it means he has to think really hard about all of the numerous times that he's been way too close to other women, and now he's gotta wonder which time exactly she is talking about, which is also not a good thing.
You took her home. What'd you guys do after hours?
Once again,
Are you other women behind my back?
Florian tries to explain the girl lives in their building, she was piss shit drunk, so he was just helping her get into the elevator and brought her up to her door. And Stacy is like, okay, bitch, you told me the same exact thing the last time you cheated on me, so why don't you try another excuse, okay, asshole?
The way he's talking to me, he's not looking me in the eye. He's guilty. Don't play me for a fool.
And then Florian is like, who are you gonna trust, me or Darcy?
I believe you, sister, or you husband, like I have full time you.
Honestly, I do not think that she should be trusting either of you. And then Jasmine pulls Gino aside and she's like, so Reba and I were talking about ethical non-monogamy.
I wouldn't say it's ethical. Okay.
This conversation is very serious, real, and genuine.
So Jasmine gives Gino an ultimatum. Choke down his vomit and bang her, or agree to let her bang someone else.
You have someone in mind.
Yes.
So you've been cheating on me.
Wait, what?
Last thing I want to be with is a cheater. No thanks.
Jasmine was absolutely emotionally cheating, okay? She relied on Matt for emotional support, and she got close enough to him to want him to be the very first person that she bangs in her potential open marriage. Also, I'm pretty sure Gino was cheating on her too in some way, shape, or form, okay? I am sorry, but someone who allegedly jacks off as much as he does is not going to be okay in a sexless marriage either.
Is that a friend from the gym?
Yes.
Ah. That's why you've been spending several hours a day at the gym all the time.
Gino keeps calling her a cheater, pumpkin eater, and Jasmine is pissed that he keeps calling her a cheater, and she's like, how is positioning in open marriage with a guy that I have been getting to know very personally for the past few months cheating?
How the heck proposing ethical, non-monogamous marriage is cheating?
Then Julia takes Jasmine away, and Julia is like, it is not fair that Gino is calling you a cheater.
I think Gino find any excuse to make Jasmine to be a bad guy when he the one who holding sex from her.
And then she just leaves Jasmine to cry on the side of the road, and Jasmine loses her mind.
I just wanted to save my marriage. What should I do now? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. Let's get into some member appreciation. Some extra thanks to Lisa D. Thank you so much for your super thanks. You are a true Panda Pal. A huge shout out to Victor Cerna. Thank you so much for upgrading to be a Panda Benefactor. A huge shout out to Christina Robertson. Thank you for becoming a Panda Benefactor. And a huge shout out to Samya K. I am so sorry if that is not how you pronounce your name. I am not going to do you dirty by butchering your last name, but thank you so much for becoming a Panda patron. A huge shout out to all of my channel members, old and new. Thank you guys so much for your ongoing support. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this one. I hope to see you for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!